Tell me this. This is what I think about AI. Let it bring up something that my mind wouldn't have gone to.
Yes.
I don't ever put what comes up from there, but it sends my brain in a different direction, a word I wouldn't have used.
I have a friend, he says, the difference between AI and songwriters is AI is made in the image of man. Creativity is made in the image of God. And therein lies the difference.
What do you say to a young songwriter? Like, I'm going to do this, so that's settled.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're going to do it, I would say get after it. If you don't have enough money to do this, if somebody's not willing to pay you, then you need to.
This business and what we do, I'm not going to ask how old you are because I forget all the time. But
72.
72. Okay, so you're 72 years old. You're still just brilliant doing it, whatever. Do we ever exit this business? Is there ever a time when that voice quiets and says, you've written enough? Will ever be a time? You've written enough songs, Tom. Put the pen down.
Maybe some clearly have, some great ones like Bob McDill. He just decided I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't think you and I ever will, because it's really what we're called to do. It's kind of part of our ministry. It's our calling. It's just the way that we're built. I mean, it may manifest itself in different ways.
Maybe do it less.
Yeah,
maybe.
Make
it more special. Maybe not.
But no, I will die with a pen in my hand.
Yeah.
No doubt. I mean, it's like, I love it. And it's just, it's what I'm supposed to do. I'm not gonna not do something that I know literally God told me to do. Like, this is it. No.
There's more than one thing about, like, I feel that way about exercise. Like, I hope to drop a barbell on my neck when I'm 85. Right. And that's the way I'd like to go, or whatever it might be.
Right.
Just whatever it is, like movement, I would just as soon not be here if I wasn't moving. Now, I mean, you find different reasons for whatever. And I think maybe that's our brain's exercise, is that we have to do that at some point.
But, talking about the business of music, I love the music business. I think it's fascinating. I've always been interested in it. It's certainly changed a lot, in the last, since 1996, obviously. I am still very hopeful about, even though I'll contradict what I said earlier, I'm very hopeful about, making a living as a songwriter. If I have, a daughter and son-in-law that are all writing songs. So
super talented.
I'm very encouraged about that, and I encourage them to do it. It doesn't mean that you won't have to have a side hustle to support your passion, which is very honorable to do.
Do you think this is going to be a second job?
I don't know. We have a friend, Travis Hill, said this is the greatest part-time job in the world. It's the worst full-time job.
Yeah. It's this or a Walmart greeter as we go out. Yeah. I figure if I can. So
I don't know. But I also do believe if the art is compelling, we will get paid.
I'll tell you, I think there are a few solutions. And I don't know, one of the things is that Brett and I have discovered is if you're a performer and you're a songwriter, I don't want to be a recording artist. There's zero part of me that wants to be a recording artist.
Yeah.
But I love to play.
Yes.
I love playing guitar.
I love it too.
And it's my favorite thing to do. So being a performing songwriter that is our second job. Maybe it's our first job now, actually, depending on what you're doing. And then there's also finding something that you believe in and becoming part of that master recording, and not just being the songwriter, but it's going to require a little creativity, more than just you probably have never turned on AI while you're writing, but more than just going.
I think AI is an awesome tool.
Tell me this. This is what I think about AI. I'll let it bring up something that my mind wouldn't have gone to.
Yes.
And it doesn't, I don't ever put what comes up from there, but it sends my brain in a different direction, a word I wouldn't have used. Yeah.
I think it's fascinating. I think you stated it well. It's just, hey, I don't know. It's like Pro Tools.
It's never going to write a great song though, is it?
No. I mean,
that's the human thing about greatness.
Yeah. Right. I have a friend, Richie Sessions, who's a pastor, and he says the difference between AI and and songwriters is AI is made in the image of man. Creativity is made in the image of God. And that therein lies the difference.
Yeah. So that is kind of a spiritual thing with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's in the beginning, God created. The first sentence in the Bible talks about creativity. So we are just carrying on, that creative spark that started thousands of years ago.
So this isn't a question I planned, but that when you brought up your daughter and your son-in-law, both of who I've written many songs with, they're very talented. What would you, and this is just coming to me now, it sounds like a what's your favorite color question in an interview. What would you say to because I know what I say to them, which is go get another job unless you can't do this. But what do you say to a young songwriter? Like, I'm going to do this. So that's settled.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're going to do it, I would say, get after it. It's just write the next song. And, the realities of life really make decisions for you, the cruel realities of life. Money is really a wonderful objective standard. If you don't have enough money to do this, if somebody's not willing to pay you, then you need to do something else in addition to this, which is, again, very honorable. In some ways, the worst thing that could be is some kid shows up here and you give him $22,000 and say, go sit in a gray cubicle and write. I mean, that literally that's the kiss of death. The best thing would be go work at a Walmart or a Starbucks or anywhere, be an Uber driver, because that's where life and the stories
have something to write about.
Have something to write about. So I would say if you're going to do it, do it. It's unorthodox. It's wonderful and horrible all at the same time. But
I'll never forget our old buddy Harlan Howard, the old Hall of Fame songwriter. Back in the day, I forgot what that was. Was it the Longhorn where he had the seat that he sat in every day? So we're sitting there.
The Sunset Grill.
No, this is the Longhorn.
The Longhorn too.
Longhorn.
Okay.
So there's maybe there wasn't a seat for him, but he was there a lot. Right there where Chewy's and all that is now.
Yes.
And this kid was complaining about, I can't get any cuts and whatever it was. And we do it. I love talking to you because I don't want to complain about this. It's great business. It's allowed me to make money and being creative without, I haven't worn a belt in like 15 years. You know what I mean? There's not every job you can do that in. Forget a tie. I haven't worn a belt in 15 years. I hate belts. But this guy was complaining at the long branch of the Longhorn, and Harlan just took a puff of his cigarette and goes, "Nobody sent for you, kid."
That's
and it's
cruel.
Like, I could leave here. You could even leave here, and you have been very important to this town. I think I said everything would carry on. There would be music.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm lucky to be the tiniest spoke in this wheel, the tiniest part of the machine. Nobody sent for you. You don't have to do this for a living. You chose to do this. And so there's sometimes when the negativity sit around, I'm like, first of all, I try to tell the young writers about mechanical royalties that we used to get, and they're so jealous. We used to have a song on a hit record and was never a single, and it made, if you think about it, we were overcompensated for a certain amount of time.
Yes.
Now we're undercompensated. Right. We've gotten to experience a little bit of both, but the new writers, it's tough, but you need to be a guitar player in somebody's band. Yeah. You need to find an artist that you're going to produce and be part of their thing. You need to play live and do it, or you need to write books while you're doing it. It may, like you said, it's a job that would lead you to a platform, maybe in other jobs. Yeah. But it is getting harder for this to be, it's a little crazy. It's getting harder for this to be.
Yeah. I just don't, I honestly, maybe it's ivory tower. I won't entertain that. I don't even want to have that discussion. I will have it, but it's always been hard. I was a real estate broker, and I would just go screw around, on a grand piano on early Saturday mornings just because I loved it and I just thought it was fun, and I did it because, I had to. I think to even put material considerations on this is somehow it takes all the fun out of it for me. If it's great, somebody will use it. if it's not, then somebody's not going to use it. You hear a lot of people talking about the publishers are not doing a good job. Nobody's really booking my calendar. I don't have good co-writes. And this does sound harsh to say, but the reason why you don't have good co-writes or anything interesting on your calendar is because nobody really wants to write with you. You have not written a song that says, I want that guy. I want what that is. The reason why people honestly want to write with me is because I want to write The House That Built Me Part 2. That's
every day.
It's a very mercenary, transactional relationship. It just is.
Million percent. I was in a room with a guy one time and said, and I was just the fly on the wall because they were both did the talking. One guy was like, God, my publisher needs to get me into better rooms. And the other writer said to him, why don't you be the better room?
That's it.
If there is no blame. You're right. If you do something great, right, they'll figure it out. And we are sitting around trying to put ourselves, I have trouble these days talking about who's cutting, why they're cutting. I like to write with the artist because then but boy, if we just try to be great and don't worry about who's in the room, to be honest, we've had most of our success with not the biggest writers. We've written with everyone as you have. Your success has come from you and Alan Chamberlain spending 7 years on one song or whatever it might be. And being willing to continue to readdress something. Our favorite thing is we call it the Tom Douglas post in a song when you're writing. And at the end of the song, you just keep writing because there's just more that I wanted to say. And I'm not finished yet. Right. And so I go, you going to do the Tom Douglas post?
Yeah, that's right.
Which is good when you have things named after you. I hope you take that as an honor and
I take that as a compliment.
Not a slight. It's amazing. But there is a little bit too much of like, put me in the right situation. Put me in the right situation. And the truth is like, have to be the right situation.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a songwriter, that's what there are many ways to do it. There are many ways to do this, but if you really are literally, and it sounds like I'm being too exclusive, but if you literally are just a pure songwriter, then you got to be a pure songwriter. I mean, you can be an editor, you can be a track guy, you could be an engineer, you could be, there's some people who just, they're just vibe. I mean, they just kind of make you feel better by being in the room. And there's a great.
Some of the best songwriters I've ever been with can't sing or play. I didn't get that at first. I really was like, well, how can that be? You don't sing or play. Absolutely was wrong about that. But we each add something to the room. Guys like you absolutely can do something that's completely by yourself. And it's just amazing. But also co-writing keeps us from repeating ourselves as much.
That's true.
Somebody will check us on that. So there's brilliance in both. Doing things by yourself, writing other things, doing something like this for me, writing a book. It's just good for our head to spread out there. And I don't even want to sit and, I don't love every new thing that's out, but I kind of like the singer-songwriter vibe that's out there where they're not thinking too hard about it. And I'm like, this is just
I am
refreshing.
A fan of country music. I think it's exciting from Zach Bryan to Zach Top. I mean, it's just
a lot of space between those two as well. And they're both very hip. And,
I love it.
And not really like at all. I like the idea that everything doesn't have to make sense anymore. Because I'll tell you this, I always say to when we're writing with an artist, and I don't know if you would agree with this, but I think you will. I said, I don't care if it makes sense to them.
Yeah.
It has to make sense to us.
Exactly. I love that.
If we know what we're talking about, I don't care if it's foreign to them.
Yes.
But we can't just spit words out that don't mean anything. As long as you know what you're talking about, they'll feel it.
I think you're exactly right. It's an emotion more than content.
Yeah. Well, you're an absolute blessing to my life and to this town and our business. I'm super grateful to you to be here. We the first podcast we ever did was with you, and it didn't turn out because it took me 2.5 years to call you back and say, hey, can we do that again?